Hello.
We're gonna be doing the dad tag. Yay. Gumbo's butt's right there. Okay, so let's get started with the questions. He's a genius.
Boom.
It says on his shirt. Okay, number 1. What was I like as a child?
What was I like as a child?
What was I like as a
What
child?
were you like as a child? You were really smart and clever, and she was a firstborn, so she was kind of like more like an adult than she was a kid, and kind of had adult interests and stuff.
Okay.
And yeah, she kind of followed me around at the hip and knows how to garden and plant trees and all the bugs and birds and everything else. So
I have a bug bite there.
she was a little, she's a little smarty pants. Still is.
Yeah, smart. Okay, number 2. What do you think of me making YouTube videos?
Well, I think it's pretty cool. It's cool to share your life and share stuff with other people. And she likes it. And it's like a new interest of yours you're taking to.
Penguin.
And so, yeah, I think it's great. I think it's a cool way to get yourself out there and share yourself because she's really cool.
I have a bug bite. Okay. Number 3. What was something I did when I was younger?
Oh my gosh. It's going to be hard to think because she was a troublemaker. Let me see. What's one thing in particular?
Like funnies. Make it so they'll laugh. Make it so they'll pee their pants.
Well, she used to ride the dogs all the time. As soon as I left the room, I would find her riding the dogs like a horse. And we had a dog. I don't know what Kermit was. He was kind of a big dog.
A mutt.
Yeah, he's a mutt, but he was kind of a big dog. And
I should do a video on that. All the animals I've had.
yeah,
Never mind.
and so probably riding the dogs when we weren't looking was probably something.
Like as soon as they left the room, I'd
Yeah,
be
we
like,
tell
on
her,
top
don't
of the
do
dog.
that, you're going to hurt the dog's back or whatever, and then all of a sudden I would see her walk across the living room riding a dog. So that's something funny she did when she was younger.
It's kind of embarrassing.
Have you learned anything about makeup or beauty from me?
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, I have
Well, you
learned...
learned to comb your hair. Because you used to comb your hair like this, so now you're supposed to comb your hair like that. I taught
Well,
you
she's talking about makeup and beauty stuff because I didn't know anything about that until I had 2 daughters, and then I've had to learn, and she's taught me what all the different makeup is and all that kind of stuff, and I have to either say yes, you can wear that, or no, you can't. But yeah, she has taught me everything about that for the most part. She's my first girl, so yeah. She's taught me most everything about that.
Number 5. What's a weird habit of mine?
A weird habit of yours? Boy, you got a lot of weird habits.
You just sounded a lot like Uncle John.
You got a lot of weird habits.
Like, really, if you're watching this, Uncle John, he just sounded like identical to you. What?
A weird habit of yours would have to be... You got a lot of weird habits. Probably going to bed at bedtime, and then me going down there 4 hours later and finding her reading really advanced books and reading so much that I had to take her to the eye doctor, and they said that it was reading too much and that she was seeing little blind spots, little gray spots in front of her eyes. And so I would say that's a weird habit. Not as much reading, but reading so much that you have to go to the eye doctor.
Don't I look funny? I look funny. Number 6.
If you had to rename your daughter, what would her name...
What would you name me?
What would her name be? So,
Like, what would you rename me?
God, I don't know. I think
If I was
really...
a dude, my name would be Percy. I'm hoping.
Not if I was naming you, but if she wanted her name, I guess.
Yeah.
Gosh, if I had to rename you... I don't know. I thought so long and hard about the girls' names that I don't think...
Well,
it's like as soon as I heard Adeline, it's a really uncommon name.
But what would you rename me? You have to answer that.
I don't know. Let's see what
Just
other
a name
names...
you like just a girl name you like.
I like Catherine is a name. That's one of our great grandmother's names. Emma was also one of our grandmother's names. And so those would probably be because Cat is short for Catherine, and that's kind of cool to have that. So I'd probably name her Catherine or Emma. And she has a cousin that was named Emma that took that name after Adeline was born. So, no.
After?
Yeah, she's born after you.
I thought you were talking about like the older one.
Yeah, I got the choices. So Adeline and Eleanor were their names, and as soon as I thought of them, that was done. That's who they are.
Number 7. When you guys go out to eat, what does she order?
She usually, or let's say if we go to like a place that serves hamburgers, she will get the most hugest hamburger that a guy, full-grown man would eat, and she eats the whole thing. I think the first time she ate a Big Mac, you were
2. I was 2 and I ate the whole thing.
2 years old, and she ate the entire thing. So that's probably one of her favorite things is huge hamburgers and
corn
seafood.
Dogs. And corn dogs.
And pretty much anything that comes from the ocean she will eat or at least try.
At Chili's, I order corn dog and those cinnamon apples. Those are good. I was going to say something. Oh, my best friend wonders where I put all my food. Okay. Number 8. What is something you wish you would do?
One thing I wish she would do, I wish she'd practice piano.
I don't want to.
I wish that you would take karate or something like that, a martial art of some with discipline, I guess. Something that could learn to kick some butt.
I know how to kick butt. I live with you.
Well, something that has some discipline and stuff in it. Not that you're undisciplined, but something that gives you like confidence and fighting confidence or whatever.
Okay.
Defend yourself.
Number 9. What is something I do that annoys you?
Your doe eyes. When you give me your big doe eyes and beg for something, and she's pretty relentless, and she doesn't give up until she gets her way.
But I don't pitch a fit.
Or gets in trouble. You don't get she doesn't pitch a fit, but
I
she
don't,
does.
Like, cry and
she
wail
gives me
and,
this
like,
little face that is.
It's hard to resist.
Hard to resist, I guess, and kind of.
And I also bite my nails. Like it'll make like snapping noises in the car, and people will ask me, "What am I doing? Like, what's that noise?" And I'm just like, "I have no idea." And then I'll like go back, and they'll be like,
"That doesn't annoy me because I've had that habit off and on. I bite my fingernails." So.
I have had that habit my entire life because see, this fingernail is like lopsided. I chew this part and I don't. See, I like chew right here, but then I don't chew right here. So.
Okay.
Number 10. What is something I obsess over?
She obsesses over her cat. We were just outside, and there's like a patch of grass that looks like somebody put
like poison or something.
Poison or dumped something out on, and the grass turned black. And so the cat walked up to it and was sniffing it, and as soon as the cat went to take a bite of it, she went flying out into the yard and snagged him up and is worried something's going to happen to him. But he has like feline AIDS, and so he could, if he gets sick or gets any scratch or cut or a cat fight or whatever, he could possibly die over a really simple thing. So
you have no idea how fast I was across the yard in my car.
Whoops.
In like a second.
My bad.
Oh, it's your bracelet. Like
and so yeah, I think Elvis is what she obsesses over the most. Is
I'm always talking about him.
Always talks about him.
Last night he scratched me. You see that?
He just scratched you when we were outside with the black grass stuff outside.
Yeah, he scratched me.
Okay. Where would you like to see me in 10 years?
10 years, I'd be 21.
Dang, she'll be 21. Most of all, I want her to be happy. And
in college?
College or
I want to be
a specialty school or doing something that she really loves. Most of all, I hope that she's happy. But I hope that she...
I like when people get hurt to help them.
Yeah, I hope that she finds something she really loves And that's what I want her to be most, is happy in 10 years and doing something she loves or heading
Look at
that
the
way.
cat's face. He's just sleeping. I never really tell anybody this, but I want to be an ER nurse. I think that'd be fun.
When were you most proud of me? Boy, that's a tough question. You can tell this is for dads. Like, I've always been with Adeline, so
Yeah,
it's
there should be a grandma tag.
there's so many times that I've been proud of her, but some of the most proud times, I guess, is when she's like stood up for other people.
And with Elvis, I took care of him as a baby.
And she takes care of animals, and she stands up for people and stops to help kids that fall down or get hurt in any way. She's always there to help and has compassion for people and stuff. So I'm always really proud of when I see her doing that. That makes me really proud. So
I'm wearing pants, just saying. I am wearing pants.
What's the worst thing I've ever done? Yeah, that's a pretty tough one. You haven't really done anything.
Bad. I don't.
No, she's a really good girl, and I can't really think of anything that has been the worst thing she's ever. I don't really know.
There is things that I've done. So what is the worst out of the things I've done?
Maybe doing some artwork on the walls when she was really little and drawing on the side of her bed.
Yeah, I did that. There was like a face in red marker on the back of my bed.
But
it's kind of creepy.
She's a really great kid, so I don't know.
So drawing on furniture.
Drawing on some walls, normal stuff, but nothing really terrible that she's ever done.
Because
she's
I drew
really
on
cool
my nightstand
person.
and on the bottom of my dresser when we were moving, and on the bed, on the mattress.
Not a big deal, but
and on the bottom of my box spring.
I suppose that's about as bad as it gets.
Yeah. Number 14. What's your favorite moment of us together? He's such a creep.
Another really hard one. Like we've, golly. Our favorite moment together.
You got a fun ear. It's big ear.
So, I think our favorite moments together were probably when we first bought our house in Idaho. She was just a little tiny thing.
Little tiny baby.
And she helped me plant every tree and had to get in every single hole.
Garden.
Yeah, so every hole I dug for every tree, she would get in it.
If I couldn't fit in it, it had to be bigger.
It had to be
the tree
deeper.
had to have room. The tree had to have room.